This is not a real counseling session. It is for a classroom assignment. Hello, Abel, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Doc. How are you?
I'm good. And I thank you so much for meeting me here in this restaurant. The construction that's going on in my office, I just really appreciate it, okay? I know this is a little unorthodox.
Thank you, Doc. It's all right.
Okay, all right. Well, go through a few things. We haven't seen each other for about 3 weeks, and you were doing good. Things have been going good for you, I think. Am I assessing that properly?
Yes. I feel like we were really making great gains in our conversations.
Okay, all right. Well, I know that you've been sleeping better. You and your wife have been communicating better. Your relationship is getting back on track. Since the shooting, I know that the young man died that shot the children in your classroom, but I know that you had put that back into its proper order. You weren't blaming yourself for the shooting or for the young man's death anymore. And school, your job, where you back in the classroom and teaching those kids, those babies better. And so talk to me. When you called me, you sounded a little concerned about yourself. And I need to know what's been going on.
Well, Doc, yes, we had gotten better.
Okay?
And I believe that I was on track to really improve my relationship with my wife. But what I've noticed lately is because of the news. I try not to watch the news to really affect me, but the news of all these shootings that have been going on recently, I seem to have a lot of anxiety connected to that. Every time I hear about one, I have something like a flashback or a concern as I did before, and then with them coming so quickly, it seems to have affected me.
Well, what's been happening? What's been going on? How are you affected?
Well, as I said, my anxiety level has gone up. My mood has been up and down. At least that's what my wife has been telling me. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad, or come across that way. I seem to get agitated a little easier lately, behind all this news.
Is it a specific person that agitates you, or or are you just agitated?
In little things. My shoes might not be in the right spot. It's just the overall agitation along with the anxiety.
Okay.
And this is what she tells me. But I don't see it in myself. But then again, when we first started, our sessions, from our conversations, I was able to work through these issues because I was aware of these issues. And now that my wife is on board and knows where I am, she's letting me know earlier, just before our relationship. And it seems to improve our total relationship, but I seem to be maybe regressing in some areas according to what I'm hearing from her.
So what you're telling me is that you haven't noticed your regression, it's just been her telling you, or?
It's been her telling me that these are things that I have done, but me not really being aware that I'm doing these things.
Okay.
I do know that I'm not sleeping well. And that is one thing that has bothered me.
Right now, Abel, you were sleeping well. You were back to not wanting the gun near you, tucked under your mattress to protect your family. And, You know, you calm down from a lot of that. You're sleeping fine. Talk to me about what else is going on with you personally in the 3 weeks we haven't seen each other.
Well, after she has told me some of these things,
May I write some of these things down?
yes,
Okay.
after she had informed me of these things that I was apparently doing, I started paying more attention. I believe my cravings for a drink have gone up. I find myself, really coming home now and sitting down and I gotta get a drink in my hand.
Were you a drinking man before? I'm not sure we went through that.
Lightly.
Okay.
Now it seems like this is something I have to have to just come home and just kind of chill, just start what I think is my relaxation. And I've noticed that along with that, my concentration is off. I've tried to pick up a book recently.
Okay.
Thinking that maybe I need to just read a book and maybe some of my anxieties will go away. Science fiction, something that I know personally that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I can read a few pages and not really get into the story and be confused about some of the past paragraphs, and not really have a good understanding of the story, and that bothered me that, those things exist. I want to be by myself, and I noticed that too,
Talk to me a little bit about that. Is that at school? Is that at home?
Well, it's kind of hard to do it at school because I got the classroom.
I understand, but do you feel it at school? Or is it just when you're at home? When you feel that way?
Well, I kind of feel like I want to be by myself at school, but it's impossible.
Okay.
I have a good feeling about the isolation, maybe I know as I'm driving home or driving to work, I'm by myself in the car and I'm feeling more comfortable with that. And when I drive up to school, I gotta sit there a few minutes. I gotta sit and I gotta kind of go over my day and I'm also talking to myself, go in here. You have a job to do.
Okay.
So I have to talk myself into the building. And then at the end of the day, I'm running out. I don't want to be a burden to my family. And I start to worry about that. That goes along with the anxiety. It's a little worry. Am I becoming a burden to the family that my wife is always worried about me? She's always calling me now. She's making sure she stays in contact with me. And sometimes I see her on the phone and I say, I don't want to pick up, but I force myself to pick up every time. So maybe that's a problem. Some of these things are in the norms, personally.
May I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay. I want to ask you a few things. I know we went through your family history. I'm going to ask you a few more questions about your family. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Has anyone in your family or you have any thoughts to harm themselves?
Not that I know of, Doc.
Okay. Any substance abuse in your family?
I had a sister that did participate in some substance abuse, but she lived a rough life.
Okay. And how did that affect you, her substance abuse?
Well, it was more, not just her, but it was more of, the kids and how it affected my parents. There was anger on my part because, the parents had to pick up where she left off with the kids, but that's about it. She was certain.
Angry.
Yeah, because they had to give up their time.
Did you and your sister ever resolve your relationship? Sounds like you might not have had a good relationship. Am I correct in that? Or how was you?
That did affect it, but, it was what, it is what it is. The kids needed help, and she needed help.
And your parents were there for them?
Were there for the kids, which I'm sure a lot of parents would.
Okay. Was there any sexual abuse in your family?
None that I know of, Doc.
What about physical abuse?
No.
No physical abuse?
No.
What about emotional abuse?
Well, I kind of think that that's something that everybody takes differently. I mean,
Well, what I mean by that is, as a child, a young adult, have you ever experienced or seen in your family, you experienced personally any emotional abuse? People, maybe your dad, your teenager saying you nothing, you're this, your mom, or your job, somebody.
No, my mom and dad were supportive of me. Nothing that I can think of that I couldn't do. I mean, it's the typical child stuff. I mean, you want to succeed, you want to make your parents happy, but then, you have these childish tendencies to where sometimes you need to be pushed to do better in school, maybe to do better at home. And I can't see that emotionally would really affect me. I know that when you're young, of course, your emotions are high at certain levels, but no, I wouldn't say overall that I would think that that kind of emotional assault would be a problem.
All right, let me remind you of something, let me see if you think this would be emotional abuse. You talked to me once about, you were a young adult and you were just starting your family and you were angry about a supervisor that kept pushing your buttons. There's nothing you could do to satisfy his needs. You mentioned that you hated going to work because you knew she was going to harp on something. Called you out every times, but you knuckled under because to keep the money coming in for your family until you could do better now. I'm going to ask you, did you see that as emotional abuse?
I did not see it as emotional abuse for me because at that time, of course, I was, like you said, I was a young adult. And, young adults have it differently. I seen it more maybe not as emotional abuse, but basically an attack on me.
Okay.
And I guess some people would call that emotional or whatever like that, but, you take things like that when you're a young adult, you take it personal, and you kind of, I guess you would kind of just fight back in that situation. Right now, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I'm glad you did with that. The emotional abuse can come in that kind of thing. You see children or women are physically abused and physically abused. Sometimes the emotional abuse can happen also. You're better, sometimes that can happen. okay? Or that can be diagnosed as emotional abuse. Just want to let you know that. I do want to ask you a couple of questions based on some of your symptoms, based on some of the things you've been going through over the last week or so. And I want to confirm that you said you had anxiety, not sleeping, not eating well, concentration off, going to be by yourself, and not accepting that properly.
Yes.
Okay. Have you had any times of sleep? No? So, have you made plans of taking your life, obtaining, giving you mass, make a will or something like that, and to get out of here, check out? Is there anything like that?
Financial life plan, speak about wills, that has that been something that has been constantly on my mind? No, it has not.
Okay. I know, have you ever hurt yourself intentionally during this time? That 3 months ago this shouldn't happen, and now it's been a little bit. Have you intentionally hurt yourself with that time?
No, I have not.
I think that you and I have to go back to a, once a week meeting like we were having before. And we need to come up with a plan, and talk about some of these emotions that you are feeling. I have some concerns based on some of the things that your wife has talked to you about, based on some of the things that you've seen in yourself. Checking out, being more alone, talking to yourself, making sure that you're geared up to go into the school because you'd rather just go back home or go somewhere else instead of working with people. You tell me that you have not had any concerns or you've not had any suicidal thoughts. However, I'm concerned. And I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm just saying I'm concerned because you're back to isolation and not eating, not sleeping. Have you been carrying your weapon again? You had told me before that you were walking around and have you been doing that?
Quite frankly, Doctor, I have.
Okay, talk to me a little bit about that. Why did you decide that you needed to carry your gun again?
Anxiety because of the shooting.
Shootings on TV?
Well, yeah, and remember that I felt bad because I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
That was, I think it was anything that my regret was at the time that I could not do anything. And I've kind of made up my mind that if this happens again, I want to be able to do something. I want to be able to protect myself. I want to be able to protect the kids. I want to be able to protect my family. You see?
I understand, and you feel that carrying your gun is, are you prepared?
Yes.
Okay. I know you have a license to carry, I'm aware of that. Okay. So we'll talk about some of those emotions that you're going through, some of the things that took you back to carrying when you had decided that it wasn't something you wanted to do any longer. And I know the school knew that you were carrying and they were behind that because sometimes things happen like they did at your school 3 months ago. And which is the day you didn't have it, the day you hadn't carried it. But to go from not carrying and having a peace about not carrying to going back to carrying again, we might want to talk about those things, okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, and then, is there anything else that we might bring up and get a plan to work through?
Well, I don't have any joy in anything. It seems like my joy is gone.
I know you were back to church and all of that, so you're still there.
My mind always goes back to the children. You know, and I'll be having fun with my kids, or you know, my brothers and sisters' kids as a family meeting, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, what if? You know, I'm seeing all these that I love, and now, well, what if this happened? You know, back to that anxiety thing. I'm protective of them so much that, you know, now all of a sudden I'm looking around, you know, making sure that nobody's sneaking up on us or
I
something.
know. All right, we're gonna work through these. Come on a list, really, like we did before, of some things that you'd like to work through. We're gonna, and I'll bring mine, and we'll come up with a plan to get you back where you want to be.
Thank you.
Take care.